again. Another brief video to catch up on a couple of loose ends from my last few videos. This I didn't share before, but I picked this up at the Basilica and National Shrine of Our Lady of Consolation that I visited a few videos ago, and they just had them there for sale at the Basilica. Most of it is made up of Marian prayers, which as a Protestant isn't really my cup of tea, but it does have some prayers for the Stations of the Cross, which of course are around the perimeter of the Basilica. And I think that starts right there, page 59, and it's about an 80-page book, so the last 20 pages are these prayers to be used as you're traveling the Stations of the Cross. So I rather like that. Just a neat little Pilgrim's prayer book. Another loose end, St. Joe had asked about the bookmark that he identified in this Catechism of the Catholic Church that I picked up at my local thrift store. I'll lock this down. So the answer is no, this did not come in the book, but came with the book. My local thrift has a policy, it comes and goes depending on what they have in stock, but if you buy a book at the inflated prices of 50 cents or $1 or $1.50, you also get to take a bookmark out of this little basket of bookmarks they have, which I presume come out of books that are donated. And this was one that was in that basket on the day I purchased the catechism. And it is a neat little bookmark, Ohioana Library, and it's aluminum or some type of thin, light metal. But I just thought it was a cool little bookmark that is pretty durable. So that's in answer to that question. Usually for bookmarks, I do find bookmarks in used books I purchase. I think this one came out of a thrift store book. But for bookmarks, I often will use parts of pencil boxes after I've used up all the pencils. So that's what I generally use for bookmarks, in case you're curious. What else? Speaking of pencils and pencil boxes, here is a pencil that I neglected to include in my favorites. Let me get this locked down a little better. I didn't include this in my list of favorite pencils, and that was a horrible oversight because this is near the top. I didn't realize I still had some of these. But when I cleaned out my desk at work, I'm pretty much entirely working from home now, but I found these, about half a box of these Nataraj BOLD super black pencils made in India, the Hindustan Pencil Company. And like pretty much all other Indian pencils, it comes in this colorful little box with 10 pencils, and they almost all come with a free little sharpener and eraser. So comes as a package deal. These are actually pretty good little erasers if you like a portable eraser or a sharpener. I get my words right there. The erasers are okay, but the pencils, some of my very favorite. Just a really good looking pencil there. Let's see if I can show that. Nataraj BOLD bonded lead. It's really nice paint job, red and black with a gold dip on the end. Of course, no eraser. I have one sharpened up here. You go through these pencils pretty rapidly because the core is so soft and dark. Got the bold lion kind of roaring on the box there. Very smooth, very dark writing pencil. Again, it's in my top 5. I don't know why I forgot to include this on my list. Nice dark line. Which is, of course, what I look for in a writing pencil. But you have to sharpen it more frequently, obviously, for that reason. But I don't find that to be a chore because it's kind of therapeutic. Okay, and then the last thing, another loose end. Actually, let me keep this out here. Let me lock this down again. Colin was asking about the absence of mechanical pencils in my pencil lineups, my pencil favorites. I do like a good mechanical pencil. Probably the type I use most often are these lead holders. I guess I'll consider those mechanical pencils. Buy the lead that's like a 2mm or something of that nature lead, and the lead holder just kind of has a clutch mechanism that holds it in. And this one's kind of a little bit wonky. Okay. So you can put whatever darkness of graphite you prefer in there. I also have taken the lead from one of those and put it in just a cheap Dollar Tree mechanical pencil. So if you prefer the standard click, click, click of a mechanical pencil, you can still get the really dark, thick line better than the lead that this cheap pencil came with, and you've got an eraser on the end that does an okay job. So there's a few types of mechanical pencils I use, but my all-time favorite mechanical pencil is this classic, the Scripto. I think it's called the Scripto Classic, and I have a couple of them here. I used these in high school, and I distinctly recall having a click type mechanical pencil in algebra, and the nice young lady that sat directly in front of me in algebra threatened to stab me through the eye if I clicked one more time. So that's probably about when I switched to these Scriptos, which are the twist mechanism. No noise, no stabbing through the eye. You can see why I made the switch, but it's just a great translucent barrel. It says Scripto there on the clip. The erasers are completely gone, of course, through age, but still write just fine. I have a couple of other of those. This one, little marketing pencil for Steel, the weekly magazine of metalworking, that I found at a flea market or some such, but it's also a Scripto, made in Atlanta, USA. Kind of a short, stubby version of that pencil. And then a couple other classic mechanical pencils that I will sometimes use. This one is property of U.S. government. I don't know if you can see that. And this one is made by, oh, that one's actually a scripto also. I forgot I had that. That's just a different variety, opaque. Different scripto, also made in Atlanta. And then this Auto Point, another American-made automatic pencil twist variety. This one's an advertisement for Ashland Chemical with a calendar from 1982, I believe. 1988, I'm sorry. So, there's the mechanical pencils, but still, I'd much rather use a wood case pencil because half the fun is the sharpening. The tactile feel of the wood, the smell that's involved if it's a nice cedar pencil especially. You just don't get those things from a mechanical pencil. If I'm using a mechanical pencil, it's probably going to be a scripto or something classic like that. But 99 times out of 100, I would prefer to use a nice wood pencil. So I think that catches up on all the questions I've had recently. This went on a little longer than I expected it would, but thanks for joining, and maybe I'll see you again next time.